Welcome NEET aspirants. In this video, we will attempt a question from the chapter Structural Organization in Animals. So the question is a match question on the classification of epithelial tissue and their respective examples. So we will first revise the topic and then we will attempt the question. So what are epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissues, they have a free surface which faces either a body fluid or the outside environment and thus provides a covering or a lining for some part of the body. So, as you see the example and classification, it will be clear to you the role of epithelial tissue. So, they are classified into simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Simple epithelium will have a single layer of cells, and the classification is number one, squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium, they are irregular shaped, so they have irregular boundaries and there will be minimum intercellular space between the cells. These are flat cells. So two examples are alveoli and vascular walls, the capillary walls. So they play an important role in diffusion. Then second one, cuboidal epithelium. So as the name suggests, the cells are cube shaped and these are seen in the ducts of glands and tubular part of nephron. So PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, this is the part of nephron which they are basically cuboidal cells with microvilli. Now don't get confused between microvilli and cilia. Microvilli are the extensions of cytoplasmic membrane. So this kind of extensions increase the surface area of the cell and therefore it helps in better absorption or in the secretion. Next category is columnar epithelium. They are long, slender cells and their nuclei is towards the base. These are seen in stomach and intestinal lining, and these cells have microvilli for better absorption. So both these types of cells are further classified into a subcategory that possess cilia. So two examples which you need to remember here is the inner surface of bronchiole. Bronchiole is a part of respiratory system and the ciliary action of these cells will prevent any dust or microbe, bacteria, any germs from entering inside lungs and damaging the alveolar wall. So here they play an important role. And in fallopian tube, the secondary oocyte which is released in ovulation has to travel from infundibulum then through ampulla and it reaches the junction between isthmus and ampulla. So movement of the secondary oocyte in fallopian tube is done with the help of cilia. So these two are important examples to remember in ciliated epithelium. Then next one, glandular epithelium. They are involved in secretion. So glandular epithelium can have cuboidal shaped cells or columnar shaped cells. The two examples here are the unicellular glandular epithelium. Example, goblet cells. Goblet cells are present in stomach and they release mucus. So this mucosal lining is very important because stomach produces acid and that acid reaches to pH 1 and 2. So that strong acid will damage the inner lining if mucus is not produced there. So this is the example you need to remember. Then multicellular glandular epithelium, the example is salivary glands. So epithelium provides the covering, okay, and they can also play important role in diffusion, secretion, absorption, and facilitating movement in particular direction. So all these examples are important. So we have covered simple epithelium here. The next category is compound epithelium. So when two or more layers of cells are seen, then we call it compound epithelium. The example is skin, then moist surface of buccal cavity and pharynx, and inner lining of ducts of salivary gland. So here you saw Salivary glands themselves are example of glandular epithelium, but the duct of salivary gland is compound epithelium. Similarly, pancreatic ducts are examples of compound epithelium. So their role is they provide protection against chemical and mechanical stresses. So many layers will help in protections. So with this background, now we will attempt the question. Match question. I will read list 2 and then match with list 1. Goblet cells of alimentary canal. Goblet are unicellular glandular epithelium. Glandular is here. C is 1. C1 is in option number 1 and 4. Next, inner lining of pancreatic duct. This is compound epithelium. So 2 will be D. C1, D2 is in option number 4. So we have the answer with us. This is confirmed answer. Mark it on the OMR sheet. 198 is 4. And we are done with this question in 40 seconds. Let's match the remaining ones. Walls of blood vessels. This will be squamous epithelium. A is 3. A is 3. Yes, A is 3. And last one, inner surface of fallopian tube. It will be ciliated epithelium. It helps in movement of the secondary oocyte. So B is 4. Another example of ciliated epithelium will be bronchiole. So see, it is so easy when your concept is clear. Solving MCQ is actually so much fun. I hope my videos are helping you to get rid of the fear of exam, the fear of MCQs. So that's all about this topic. Thank you so much for watching my video.